welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in the Aurora Woods today, going for a bit of a hunt. And like normal, I'm always trying to think of something a little different to do. So today I'm going to go hunting, sort of like there's archery in the game. And of course there isn't archery in the game. So it's I was trying to think of how we can sort of hunt sort of archery style to kind of get a feel for it as if it was in the game. So I was brainstorming ideas. So biggest hurdle obviously is no bows and only rifles. So I was thinking the first requirement is it's going to be short range, right? So I picked the two short range rifles in the game, or short range ones with the rounds that drop fairly quickly. So there is the 350 and Grandpa's 30-30. Now they both have the little red dot on them because that's the closest sight that I can really think of. That's kind of like a basic pin on a bow, and it will limit our range. About bow range of 50 meters or so, maybe a bit longer. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the problem is the damage, because of course arrows don't have the energy level that bullets do. However, if you look at just like the end result to the damage to the organs, the 30-30 would probably do something similar to like a lighter weight arrow would do, a lighter weight broadhead would do, and the 350 would be like a heavier grain arrow. Even though like the energy's way off, of course, just the end result damage to like the lungs or so. I think these two rifles would get pretty close, or as close as one can expect with just having rifles as options. But it's about 11 in the morning here in the Aurora area. The first thing I wanted to check out, just because I've never really got into hunting jackal, there is a jackal zone out here. They're at the resting time, so I marked both rest zones on the map. We got one that's 120 meters away, and the other one's off there about 700 or so. I just want to see if, I don't really have much experience hunting the jackal, so I thought maybe if they're like foxes, should be able to get fairly close. I got the call with me, so the first part of it's just locating one. I also brought the UTV because you can sort of simulate a tree stand hunt. Without the height, just like a really tiny tree stand or like a tripod stand. Since we are able to jump up on the UTV, you can set up ambushes that way. I'd been doing that earlier with that one boar I got. Get to the zone, a good. What you do is you go out ahead of the time, right? And you check out both zones, and you find the often one, because that's most likely the one they're going to go to, and then a good hour or so, like end game hour, which is about 15 minutes at real time, just kind of set up at that often zone, and then you can sit on top of the UTV, and it's kind of like a little bit of a stand hunt, and you can watch them come in. So I may try kind of like a simulated archery stand hunt if the hunt kind of goes that way. We'll see how this jackal hunt goes. So far, no sounds or anything. So if jackals like foxes, I'm going to speed up to like a normal crouch speed, because they should alert, give us kind of like a heads up. I shouldn't have to be super stealthy. I think maybe one of the strategies is to make them call out an alert call. Since they are a predator in the game here, and well in real life, they can be fairly spread out from their zones. And someone here needs to come clear up these trails with a fallen tree in the way here. So I don't believe the jackals are at this rest zone, or in the area. We'll give it a little bit of time here. If it's like the fox zones, then the rest zone is going to be really small and hard to find. But look, here it is here. This should be it. They're really tiny patches of glowy zone. Okay, so it is the rarely one. So I'm just going to make the assumption, I think it's a safe assumption that, oh look at that, encyclopedia unlocked. I guess I really haven't done much with the jackals. Safe assumption they're not here, so I'm going to go back to the UTV and cruise over to that one. I think I should be able to drive fairly close. And I've been playing ever since the games came out, but I've never been through the Aurora Woods very far. It's not down in this little part. Kind of neat little valley to be in. I like the little road. It's hard to see there that comes down, little trail. But let's just take the UTV for a little cruise up here. I'm not worrying about spooking anything else. My main target is the Jackal, so we're going to focus on that. Nice little maneuverable vehicle through the trees here. And I'm assuming I can get fairly close actually with the UTV here. Probably within 300 meters or so. Alright, so let's try about this fire. I got all the way to 250. You can have the hunter sense on when the Jeep is stopped or the UTV stopped. Didn't see any signs of spooking, so that's good. But the Jackal should be around this area somewhere. See if we can stir them up. So I believe I heard the Jackal kind of talking, but it didn't pop up on the old hunter sense here. I couldn't tell which direction it was coming from. So maybe I'll do some predator calls here. See if he's in range. So I'll probably give this a few more minutes. I've been calling here for a little bit. It's about noon in game, and I want to be able to move out and try like a stand hunt ambush on some deer here as they move into a resting zone. So that's something else I'd like to try. I only got a limited amount of time here. Not too hard. I'm not too sure where this guy is. I heard him only the once. I'll give it a few more minutes here. If not, that's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, well, you can't win them all. I know he was not at the other zone, and I did hear him up here. But that's mean I don't really have much experience with the Jackal at all. I'm just assuming they're kind of like the fox and the other predators, where they can be a good distance away from that zone. So I would have spread out my search a little bit, but I am more interested in deer hunting right now. So I do want to set up this little ambush. So I'm going to go back to the UTV and grab it. I've got 2 spots set up for rest zones for fallow deer, 600 meters each way. I just need to get that UTV set up here. Okay, so I'm at their often need zone. The wind is good. They're going to be coming from the south, as long as they come up here. That is the west. Now, I might not be able to, or have to use the UTV. There seems to be this interesting rock formation here. Can I get up on that? Ooh! Alright, we might be able to do something like this. Not need the UTV. Yeah, maybe I'll check this out here. Not much visibility that way. But yeah, they should be coming from, let's see. Yeah, they're going to be coming from, their drink zones are along this little river down here. So wind is good. So yeah, I might just hang out here for a minute and have the bow rifle ready. Not too sure which one I'll use against them, but we'll make that decision if we see them. And like always, probably got about 15 real world minutes, 15 to 20 or so before I expect to see them. So that's where we find our box of cookies. See, now I really kind of like this kind of hunting. This right here, at this elevation, if you ignore that, we're actually sitting on a rock, and you think if you convince yourself you're like on a tree stand, this is about the height you'd sort of be in on like an angled hill, and kind of the visibility you'd get. Usually in a tree stand, you've got a couple of lanes, but this is this is about the right height. And I just got kind of like this deja vu feeling of back in the Hunter Classic. And it's a good feeling, because I used to play the Hunter Classic a lot, and this is one of the things I would do, set up tree stands all over the place. I always like visiting them once in a while and getting good spots for them. But this here kind of sort of really reminds me of it. And yeah, this style of ambush hunting is not for everybody. I got asked a little while ago in the comment section. I meant to make a video about it actually, and they're asking about the style of hunting and how they should start. And a comment sort of like that. I mean, if you ever play Call of the Wild, they got a a skill tree or a perk tree, and they got the two categories there, ambush and stalker. So those kind of like your two main categories, and usually everybody will have a preference for one or the other. I'm sort of in the middle. That's kind of what mood I'm in. But I probably lean towards the ambush, sort of this kind of hunting where it's kind of like you plan out your tactics, but the spot and stalk's also very strategic as well. But in each one of those there's a bunch of subcategories, right? So there's a very broad range of styles of hunting that they can actually put in these games. So there's all sorts of stuff they can add to the game, and there's comments all over the place. Some people want equipment to set up, some people don't. Some people don't want the tents, and some people do. I'm of the side of just put everything in the game, like all sorts of styles of hunting. Like just let us choose. Like you don't have to use what they put in the game, but I mean, I definitely put bows in the games. You put air rifles in the game. There's shotguns hunting, which doesn't really work right now. Like putting slugs and everything like that in. Stand hunting, tripod hunting. Blind hunting, right? And yeah, all sorts of different varieties. I mean, they can put game trails in this game. I can imagine how they'd set that up, or you can put like game trail cameras. How you can like place those up and then like incorporate it into this little map where you can put like a camera set up on this map here, and when you click on the little icon, maybe they can incorporate it where it give you feedback of what the camera's seen. Like a little breakdown of the herd. So all sorts of ideas and things that they could add in here. But I would like the ability to set up like little camps and little stands and do little setups everywhere. I wouldn't mind the ability to rest in the vehicle, UTV or the Jeep. Speed up time out here, wherever. I'm really hoping this would work here, because this would give you, this would definitely feel like a tree stand kind of archery hunt. You have to get your bow out and the deer come down there, and that's about the right angle, or over there or so. And you just have to, but then you're drawing back the bow, and that would be just the pin. And yeah, it's about as best as I can simulate archery right now. But obviously it's still rifle hunting. It's just, kind of trying to blend the two styles, I guess. Well, the theory sound, I mean, the wind is good. I'm on the often need zone at well before the time they were supposed to get here. But it's hunting, and I can appreciate that. Everything doesn't always work out the way you want it to. I'll probably give it another in-game hour. I only have so much time for each video too, so this might be one of those videos where I don't get anything at all. I haven't made one of those in a while. Basically, here's a recording of me failing to hunt. But I guess what the plan will be is I'll wait a little bit more, because they did have a bit of traveling from the river to get up here. If they don't arrive, I don't want to waste this nice scenario here where the wind is really good and I've got elevation. I suppose if I go to the other rest zone up there, I would travel towards that, and then I don't quite have the elevation, but the wind would be good. So maybe they did go to their rare rest zone. So I guess that's what the plan is. I'll give it oh, there we go. Alright, see, all I gotta do is push the recording button and start talking, and something will happen. So we got a 270 meters stick break. So that is them finally arriving, probably. So we're definitely going to keep watching that direction. So that's not actually that bad. Since 1 o'clock rolled around, I mean, they usually start moving to the zone before then. So real time, it's probably been, it's probably taken them about 20 real time minutes to get this close. So the next concern always with tree stand is you got limited range if you're using a bow, and you really got to get them, hope that they come in close. We do have the collar with us, at least I think I do. Yes, I put the roe deer one away, so I do have the one that works for fallow deer. I'm just hoping it's one of those nice scenarios where the deer will come right up here. I mean, if that happens, the deer come right up and they lay down right in here. I mean, that'll be the first actual feeling in this way of the hunter game of actually tree stand hunting, even though it's all fake. And I'm on a rock with a rifle. That'll actually, get a pretty good feeling of tree stand hunting. I kind of hope they do make it up here. I mean, with the little glowies, if I turn on all that, they have a glowy spot right here, but there is one over there too. Both of these glowy spots are definitely within bow range. That being said, I don't know if they actually come to the glowy spots, or they're just like a general representation. So, believe it or not, I actually do find this fun, this like style of hunting, where it does take a lot of patience, but often you can kind of occupy yourselves with like other things. But it's kind of like making a plan. You got the anticipation for the plan, like the hope that the plan will work out, and even though it's unlikely, it's a good feeling when like you predicted correctly and got the plan to work out the way you want it to. And even if it doesn't work out, which a lot of times they don't, you kind of go, that sucks. My plan didn't work out. But then all you do is just make a new one anyway. So and then carry on from that, kind of be flexible and everything like that. And then you got a new plan to work towards. So it's kind of like a simple thing, but that's sort of like what these hunting games are. Making a plan and working towards it. And one, of course, doesn't have to do like an ambush style where it's like slow hunting. You can always, hunt the waterways, go up the rivers, go around the lakes, and get much more action that way. I just like the variety, and I like doing this once in a while. So they're calling now. They're 190 meters out, so he is approaching. That is a buck coming in here. But like I was saying, like I kind of like this sort of style, just kind of mix it up. I like trying all the different styles, because if you're constantly just hunting the same all the time, just hunting the waterways and the lakes and everything like that, for example, you just kind of burn out a little bit. It just gets repetitive. And trying the different like art styles, trying the different hunting styles, you get to see different parts of the map. How often would I sit on this rock and, just kind of like appreciate this part of the view of the map and in this kind of scenario I'm in. It's the little things, I think, why people play these hunting games. There we go, 130 meters. See, this is what I play this for. This is, like I didn't pre-record this or know anything. This is just a plan I set up. And I'm like crossing my fingers, it can still go south, but it's actually quite exciting if they do what I'm hoping they do and like predicting to do. I'm really curious if they will come right up here and be like a nice little tree stand hunt. I mean, they're still coming in 130 meters, so it's just kind of cool. Like, no doubt they'll probably stop at 100 meters out behind this tree here. I won't be able to get a shot, but it's just there's a chance that something cool could happen, so. Oh, I just got visibility here. We have binoculars. There they are. Awesome. Alright, we're going to mark them up there. I don't know if that's actually where they're stopping. Since one is laying down, maybe that's where they're stopping. I'm kind of hoping they keep coming this way, though. That would be nice. As they move, they do lay down, though, so they might keep coming this way. Well, here's one over here, broadside. 3-star mature, good size. Is that where they're going to walk, are they? What's the range? That is sort of a bow range. It's very far. But I'm even okay with a mature female. I don't think I'm going to be able to be picky, because if they keep walking that way, I'm going to lose all chance at it. I guess I could do the calls, right? Let's get the caller out, and I'm going to try and see if I can get one to come in. Okay, so I don't understand the separation that's going on here. There's a buck on a doe here, but then there's also ones that moved this direction. Oh, now they're coming back, okay. I'm not sure they're going to come in any closer, since these ones seem to be patrolling this area, and these ones kind of bedded down here. Although, I did get a response back from this call, so I might... Oh! We got movement right over here. They're really getting kind of spread out in this rest zone. Okay, so here they're here. See, I'm going to have to be careful with taking too much time here. But I sort of want to give them lots of time to come right into the makeshift stand here. Like, look at this guy coming right in. See, he's not coming to the call. I want them just to like come in like without the call. I typically don't take a 3-star mature males, but I'm just kind of wanting to get anything to make this like a little successful setup here. I think it's actually pretty cool. Don't lose the call. I mean, I don't think anyone's coming to that call. But these guys are just kind of trotting in. See, I'm even okay with that female right there, because I am wanting to sell the meat. Alright, give it a couple seconds more here. So it doesn't look like there's a low fit one in there, but I'm finding these calls are like unreliable these days. But I don't have any low fits coming, so they might all be high fit, which is still okay. I mean, in this kind of situation, you know, if I was in ranger mode, I wouldn't know, so I would just be taking probably this guy anyways, just to have like a successful hunt. And they are doing kind of what I want them to do. He's coming in through this tree, and he's got a doe with him. That's a hard shot because that tree blocks the shot there. So they are guarded by that tree. I was keeping the call going just in case. But I don't think it's doing anything. And it probably will be this 3-star mature, even though he's not really a call target. I think if he keeps doing this, he'll come right out here. There, he's turned broadside too. Yep. So this is a perfect scenario. Like, I'm not worried about a call or anything. He's a mature male. He's going to be like a good sell anyways for meat. And who's back here? Yeah, so he's stuck there. 1-star adult. Like, I wouldn't take him anyways. So I am going to try and take this guy. But I can't see that branch will block the shot. He's got to step out a bit. But this is cool because this is exactly like a tree stand hunt. So this is what I wanted. He came out all by himself. Cool. Nice little, he's even presenting himself perfect. And we gotta do is make the shot. There. And that's where you would place an arrow as well. Actually, you'd aim a little lower in real life, because typically they jump when the string goes. And there he goes. I only had 1 bullet in there too. Yeah, so very realistic, because you would only have 1 arrow. Alright, so he ran off in this direction there. Oop, there we go. We'll just reload our 30-30 here. Alright, so I really enjoyed that. Driving out here, you got the little UTV, setting up, in air quotes, a tree stand, and having a plan workout, just like a bow hunt would. I thought that was really cool, and I do like this little UTV here, driving out to the spot to set it up. Very cool. Let me know what you think of all that. I quite enjoyed that experience. I don't know if it's just me, but I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm really glad that worked out. I'm actually super excited because I didn't think I was going to get anything. Like, I didn't think they were going to come here. I figured they'd be over there, or they'd be stuck down by the water. Let's go pick them up because that was cool. The only thing that would have made that cooler if it was actually on Ranger mode, because that is how that would have played out. But that's not a big deal. Like, even it just makes it a little keeps me in the spot, like with the hunter sense and going off, because then you get some measurement. You know something's going to happen. Well, on like Ranger mode, you can lose patience a bit too early before something exciting's about to happen, right? So, but that would be cool because that would have happened even in Ranger mode. So that's awesome. Let's pick them up there and just see. So the 30-30 did a fine job. So that would see, that's what I'm thinking. Like if you ignore like the jewel count and everything like that, I'm thinking that's like what a lighter broadhead arrow would do, like equivalent for damage. It would take out that first lung, pierce into the second one, maybe go through. Like some of those arrows would go right through, right? So it might actually be more. But that simulates like a lighter arrow, and that's just kind of my best guess on that. So 27 meters away, perfect distance for like an archery kind of shot. and land it right kind of dead center in that lung. So that's awesome there, 72%, so that's fine. He would have never gotten much bigger than that. And $400, so a good sell as well, scoring 364. All right, I was planning to do like a lot more hunt, but like a lot more hunting in it, but that's probably taken a bunch of time up, and I really quite enjoyed that, so I'm going to take a pause from that. So let me know what you think of that hunt. I thought that was pretty cool, but yeah, you made it this far. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and take care.